Follow me.
Hello and welcome to the latest Lukozer retro game review video. For this one it is Barbarian II, which was released by Palace Software in 1989 and is the sequel to the extremely successful and extremely good hack 'em up that they released a couple of years earlier.
To the Dungeon of Dragons. Choose your warrior.
So, as that tells you, you have the choice of either the male barbarian, who is armed with an axe this time as opposed to the sword that he had in the first game, or you have the shock horror extremely scantily clad Maria Whittaker barbarian princess from the poster campaign. Mind you, in those days I had much better Maria Whittaker posters on my wall. Anyway, I'll be the regular barbarian then. So you choose him, off he goes, and now we have a hell of a long wait for it to load. Not only that, but we also have to change discs at some point. However, there is one good thing about the necessity to change discs. When it comes up, I will point that out. Now, you may have noticed that graphically,
Insert disc 2.
there you go, so that's to change disc. Now, that graphics you saw for changing the disc are by far the best graphics in the game. In fact, the in-game graphics are of the quality that you saw on the choosing your warrior screen, which don't exactly show off the Amiga's capabilities. Indeed, you can see that just as much with the picture of the two faces at the top there. I'm sure the Amiga is capable of better. I'm sure the Commodore 64 can do faces like those. There's not much there that I think is beyond the Commodore 64's capabilities. So here we go, when we go straight into the combat. So it doesn't really give you much of a respite. As you can see, combat against this thing here consists of taking on various creatures within the area. So let's try dealing with this fucking thing. There we go. Alright, we'll head through the cave here. Now this bastard is tough. Well, okay, I'll settle for that. Not often I'm able to do that. So, pick up the skull. The skull's an extra life. However, I don't think it's going to give me any additional lives. Now, what you saw there is one of the big headaches with this game. If you are facing the wrong way, and in the case of leaving that cave, you're facing the wrong way through no fault of your own, the game is relentless and will just constantly hack away at you, giving you no chance to recover and get into the right position. That's all you're trying to do, but no, it doesn't want to know. It's not going to let you do that. Now, I'm determined to try and beat this fucking little shitty thing. This is one of the easiest creatures in the game, but for some reason it's just being a cunt. And there we go. So we need to jump over that. Those lava rivers, they will damage you if you set foot in them. Even though none of the other creatures are damaged by them, they can all walk through it fine. Now, if you think I'm just using the same old combat moves time and time again, well, you'd be right, I am, but there's a very good reason for that. I'll pick up that extra life. And the reason for that is that I am using all of the combat moves available to me. So we have, I'll go through all of the moves. So you have left and right, obviously. Now if I push up, he'll run, and he'll run headlong into that hole in the ground. If you push down, and he turns around to face the other way. So now if I push up, there you go, you can see him run. If you push up and press fire, then he does the jump. Now with the fire button held down, if you pull down, then he'll do that attack there. If you move right, he'll kick. If you move up, he'll do the overhead kick. And if you pull right, obviously these controls are reversed if you're facing the opposite direction, he does the old swing round move that decapitates opponents. And they are the only attack moves in the entire game. Now to get through the cave, you have to pull down and then one of the diagonals. As long as there's any down diagonal, you can get through the cave. Now you can see, the creatures are, well, a real pain in the arse sometimes. They just... Indeed, combat in this game, I mean, bearing in mind that this is a game that is all about combat, and therefore the combat element should be fun, it should be enjoyable. It just never is. Now that fucker, as you can imagine, is pretty tough, and he can bite your head off in one attack move. It also told me that I am going in the right direction because the enemies are getting more difficult. Mind you, this fucker's difficult at the best of times, so... And when it laughs like that, I fucking hate games that do that, because it's basically saying, oh, you're shit, and then it's laughing at you because of it, and I've never liked games that do that. You know, going, oh, fuck you know. So, well, now I can't go back to face that creature because he's standing in the fucking way, and he will not move unless... yeah, but then you've got to do it bloody quick to get there. So now I've got this fucking irritating thing again. You can actually hack its head off if you do that down attack move quickly enough, which I didn't. So, what do I think of the game? Graphically, I think it's not at all impressive. The Amiga is capable of doing far better graphics than this. Sound-wise, it's not a patch on the original Amiga Barbarian, which is much better. You get some great sampled sound effects from them fighting each other. In this, they are pathetic, and for fuck's sake. And as far as gameplay goes, combat is annoying more than anything. It's not enjoyable, and that... yes, combat isn't enjoyable. The exploration isn't particularly enjoyable because... well, because the creatures just constantly keep spawning and respawning everywhere, and you don't really have the chance to do very much, and then when that happens, that's just taking the piss. I didn't even get to see the creature there before it showed up and fucking bit my head off, so I had no chance of doing anything. Now, yeah, because it's right on the edge of the screen, I couldn't see it. Right, so I've got that extra life, which I needed. The combat is extremely frustrating because you've got you've got barely any attacking moves. You've got like 4, The enemy creatures attack you way faster than you can attack. Look at that. How the fuck are you supposed to actually do anything there? So the combat is frustrating, annoying, and bloody repetitive. The exploration is pretty dull and dreary because you don't get to really do a great deal. And this is another game where when it came out it got rave reviews left, right and centre, and I'm just fucked if I can see why. Because it's fucking tedious fucking bollocks. When does the game actually start becoming fun to play? Maybe once you get out of this like open air area, but I mean I wouldn't fucking bet on it. Because you just, and now there you go, I'm trying to jump over that because that creature was there. There was no way I could do it, and right, so I'm trying to, and now if one more hit, it will kick me in the fuck down that fucking hole, and I think that's game over anyway, and I'm not sorry about that. Oh, I get to put my fucking name in. At least it lets me type it in, so I suppose that's something. So graphically it's fucking shit, so there's nothing there that's at all interesting. Sound wise there's pretty much fuck all. I mean it's not a patch on the first Barbarian game. And gameplay wise it's fucking unbearable. The exploration is boring, the combat is tedious and frustrating, and I mean considering that the first game gave you a whole plethora of moves that you could use in combat against just one barbarian, here you get all of these different creatures, but you've got the grand total of 4 attacking moves in total. So combat doesn't have any of the excitement or the enjoyment of the original game because there's hardly any combat moves available to you. So what was a good idea of being able to have the barbarian from the original game actually exploring an area and fighting other creatures turned out to be an absolute fucking pile of shit because of some ridiculous decisions regarding, I'll tell you what, here's a great idea to improve Barbarian 2 over the original. Let's completely neuter combat so that he can't do hardly anything compared to what he was able to do in the first game. What a great idea. So I score Barbarian 2, I'll give it 2. To be honest, I'm not quite sure why I'll give it 2 because the speech is good. At the start, and the animation on the skeleton hand and on the skeleton when it says insert disc 2 is good, and that's it. But when it comes to the actual game itself, everything is just fucking bollocks. So that is Barbarian 2, the Palace game anyway. 2 out of 10, fucking contemptible shite. I fucking hate this game, and that brings this video to an end, and we will see you at the next one.